Hi, hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. Welcome to Yo, You Like That, the talk show where I bring on VTubing guests and we talk about something that they enjoy, something that's fun, something that is amazing, super special, awesome, fantastic, super delicious, chocolatey, fudge coated, and more. We have an awesome guest with us today. We've got Cynical Bunny. Cynical, hello. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Let's see. For those who may not know you, please introduce yourself.
All right, all right. Hello, I am Sin. I am an Asian dragon turned jackalope, professional V mommy, ship poacher supreme. I am a jack of all trades. I sing, I dance, I draw, I game, I post shit, I shit post, everything under the sun. If you name it, I've probably done it once.
That sounds so exciting. Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to be talking about something super fun today. I am very glad to join you in this. We're going to be talking about Pokemon.
Yes, yes, we are. Just all things Pokemon. All things
Now,
Pokemon.
now I'm going to pretend I've lived under a rock for the past 30 years, 32 years. What is a Pokemon?
A Pokemon is a fun little monster creature that is part of a franchise called Pocket Monsters. And what happens is that you play as a human main character going through the mainline games, traveling through regions, and making friends with these Pokemon by catching them into balls and beating them up mercilessly to do so, and going to send them out into dogfights to earn money. That's essentially Pokemon.
Yay! Violence with your friends is the best way to bond. That's how I met all my friends in middle school.
Classic.
Oh man, well, so I've got to ask, what was your first experience with Pokemon? Because uh, they'll usually age a person once they tell you like what their first intro to Pokemon is.
That is true. You could probably guess my age based on what Pokemon game was the quintessential game that introduced me to the franchise. For me, it was Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. That was the
Oh,
game that started for me.
I love Platinum. It's my favorite. Oh, Platinum is so good.
Hmm.
I
Platinum
miss
is
I
my
miss the
favorite gem.
battle. I miss the battle frontier so much. I really wish they would bring it back in
That's true.
anything.
That's so fair. That is so fair. I love Pokemon a lot. I played it a lot when I was a kid. It was like my only escape from reality during that period of my life, and it has obviously grown an impression on me because I still play Pokemon to this day. Less so of the more modern games. I'll get to that in a bit, I'm sure. um but yeah, I love Pokemon. I basically grew up with it, and I'm really happy to have Pokemon as part of my content that I do today.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Pokemon is definitely one of those things that's like once like you start it, you kind of get to like grow with it and become like a part of its history as you like continue to play and enjoy it. I got this started back when it first started, back in the red and blue era.
Ah, that's a good
So
one.
I would spend a lot of my time in PE in school, walking the track field while playing my Game Boy.
That was allowed?
Well, I
Was
mean,
that allowed?
it was a compromise. If I had to say anything, it's like
Okay.
I didn't want to play basketball. I didn't want to do like the touch football. So the PE coach was like, "Look, all right, as long as you're moving, I don't care what you're doing while you're moving, but you just can't sit on the bleachers all day."
That's a pretty chill PE teacher if I've ever heard of one.
He was almost a little too chill. I see something was definitely up there. But yeah, no, I spent a lot of my youth playing yellow and red and blue and Pokemon pinball. Yeah,
I
I was crazy like that.
Yeah, yeah, Pokemon was just kind of always there as part of my life as a kid because my parents wouldn't allow me to play anything else other than Pokemon, Super Mario, and like Cooking Mama and Nintendogs. Like that was it.
No, no
Those are the
Conquerors,
only games I was allowed to touch.
no Conquerors Bad Fur Day and Resident Evil, huh? Darn.
No, no, no. I grew up as a only daughter in a conservative Asian household, so absolutely not.
Oh,
Only
hot
games
damn.
that were like considered good for girls
I'm
for their definition.
I'm
So I
kind of
managed to get away
surprised
with
that you play
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Who knows?
Yeah, I managed to get away with Pokemon, thankfully, because they had a girl sprite, so that made them feel okay. Like, oh, okay, so they made a girl sprite, so obviously this is also marketed towards girls. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh
But
no,
that's okay. We
it
don't need to talk
wasn't.
about that. And I got away with it because Pikachu was cute. So I was like, oh, look at this cute little creature. Do you want me? I can play this game because this creature's cute. And they didn't really read into much of Pokemon. They're like, okay, all right, fine. A cute little creature has a girl sprite in the game. There are girl characters, whatever. And I was like, thank God, because I was so done playing Cooking Mama 24/7.
I believe it. You can only cooking mama and gardening mama and uh what was the other one? Baby's mama. It's like so many times
Yeah, there was
before
a
you're
lot.
just
There was a lot of
like
Cooking Mama games.
I want to say I think they did come out with one for the Switch, but then there's this big kerfuffle like you could use it to like hack your Switch or use it for like crypto mining. There's some
I
big
had no idea.
controversy.
That sounds crazy. I had
Li-
no idea.
Yeah, Cookie Mama became synonymous with like shady game practices after like from that one. So
That is actually crazy. That is insane.
history will write its story in this. Uh, but yeah, no, I definitely agree. When I was playing it with me and my cousin and my little sister, our grandparents watched. There's this like news thing where they're like, "Is Pokemon the devil?" Is like and like the trying to like tie it to like the Satanic Panic,
Classic.
where you're using
Classic.
all these monsters, to use their powers like fire and lightning.
Yeah. I did hear that was during the same time that they were doing that for a D&D as well. It was all kind of wrapped around together that like entertainment for children all ties back to crazy cults when it's just a monster catching game.
Eh, if it wasn't the cults, it was the gangs. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
they get you into gangs, you become a Pokemon
Yeah,
gang.
you joined Team Rocket. I mean, okay, all right. If they looked at like Pokemon Insurgents, which is like a fan game, I can kind of get it because the cults were like the main plot point of that fan game. But um, I, I really like hearing about demonic propaganda involving Pokemon. I mean, I can kind of
Yeah.
get it. It's that Pokemon these days has a really big cult following, so I guess I can kind of see it. Like,
Pi-
but it's
Pikachu's in
kind of
the
crazy.
Pikachu's in the Macy's Day Parade, so that's how you know he made it.
That's true. That's true. Pikachu's big now. Pikachu's a big content creator now.
Oh man, I bet Pikachu would be one hell of a VTuber.
Pikachu would be a massive VTuber. If somebody does a Pikachu VTuber, they're gonna get DMCA'd in like 10 days, I guarantee you.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo will
no.
get you.
Nintendo ninjas will be at their house.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Now I kind of want to see that story. Uh, are there any of the other like I know you said you like the games? Are there any of the other Pokemon media that you have enjoyed or still enjoy? Like
Ooh.
any of the cards, the manga, the
Mhm.
anime,
I'll go in order of like exposure, I guess. The anime I was not allowed to watch
the
because it was a
irony.
cartoon.
Oh
Um,
no!
I was not allowed to watch like any cartoons. I kind of missed out on that, and that includes the Pokemon anime. I did remember watching a couple of movies. I was able to get away with that because other kids were watching it at the time, so they're like, okay, all right, if other kids are doing it, that's okay. So I watched a couple of movies. Some of those movies are still very near and dear to my heart. Um, like the
Yeah.
Lucario and Mew movie
Oh, I love
and
that
the
one. That one's my
Manaphy
favorite.
movie.
The
That's
Manaphy
those are
movie is
good
also really
ones.
good.
I rewatched them recently and I was like, wow, the writing here is really ass, but I still like
Oh yeah,
it.
no, like yeah, they're not gonna win any Emmys, but like they're
Absolutely not.
especially the Lucario Mew one. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a really fun movie. I did enjoy watching as much anime as I could. And then there's the manga. I was allowed to read some of the books. But I stopped personally cuz I was really young reading them, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the Pokemon manga is really dark. It's
Hmm.
insanely dark and twisted. I got nightmares from reading the chapter about the cemetery and how all the Pokemon's ashes just came to life and started haunting Red. It was horrifying. I put
Oh
the book
yeah.
down. I did not want to read after that. But I kind of want to get back into it and reread them because I love like the dark side of the Pokemon franchise. It is obviously the more adult content that they tried. And it was very successful. A lot of fan theories actually came from the mangas and was just like added onto it, and it just kind of make the world like a lot more whole, a lot more lived in. So I definitely want to get back to the manga. And then there's the Pokemon cards.
Pokemon
I I
cards.
love the Pokemon cards. I recently got back into collecting Pokemon cards again because when
Oh
I was
no.
younger, I used to collect all these old Pokemon cards. And my mom told me to stop collecting them because they were really childish and I was getting older, like I was getting to high school. And I kind of said, okay, fine. I stopped getting them, but I kept my old collection under my bed. And then my mom found out where I was hiding my collection, and then she threw it away while I was at school. So I
No.
just avoided collecting Pokemon cards from then on because I did not want to relive the possible trauma of losing them all again. But then, like a couple of months ago, I was sitting in my office and I was like, wait a second. I'm an adult. I don't need to be afraid of anybody going underneath my bed to steal my stash of cards. And I decided to get back into it. Now, with the Pokemon cards, though, I have a very strong love hate relationship. And you will see that I actually do, in fact, have a very strong love hate relationship with the franchise as a whole. But for the Pokemon cards, I hate how this hobby of just collecting holographic cardboard in a binder has now turned into like a crypto bro stock market. Um,
Yo.
if you are trying to get into Pokemon cards right now, this is the most toxic climate to get into Pokemon card collecting. Don't do what I'm doing. Um, uh, it is so
You're not
bad.
wrong.
It is
I've
so
seen the
ass.
scalpers. I've seen the lines of scalpers just ready to like pounce on them. And it's crazy because when I was out of college or while I was in college, I worked at a Toys R Us, and the Pokemon stuff wasn't like anywhere near as like crazy back then. There was like kids would be excited. They'd go into the card aisle and they'd pick a booster box or pick like 5 or 6 booster packs. But nowadays, I go to like Walmart and just like the entire
Mhm.
Pokemon area is just like stripped bare. Like someone just took like
Yeah.
an arm, went all the way to the back, and pulled every booster pack off the line. And I'm like,
The
what
biggest
the
like
fuck?
news these days that I heard about it was that literal like there is a reported FedEx worker who has been stealing packages that are labeled directly from like Pokemon Center. They just steal them.
Oh my
And
god.
they have been reported to be seen at a card show with like stacks and stacks of rainbow Pikachus and Charizards. And they're all real and authenticated. They are all real cards, but they were stolen from other people's packages, and it's absolutely insane. The
This is
scalping
like
is
that kick.
awful.
This is like that Kit Kat operation where they stole the truck of Kit Kats. Only
Yeah.
individual boxes. I have seen like people like go to the card shops trying to sell stacks of like I have a stack of about like 110 full art Umbreons. Can I have $1 million? And it's like, did you just go into the factory and just like take these off the conveyor belt or something? Like, there's no regular way a person would have like 102 copies of this
Yep.
card.
Yep, it's honestly awful. Of course, I'm saying this as a bit of a hypocrite because I joined in the card collecting at this era. But I really do love what I enjoy about the Pokemon cards is how immersive the full arts can be and how
They are really
varying
pretty.
art styles you can collect. I say this as a person who's a collector, all right? And I like personally getting my cards graded in tag slabs because they look really pretty and they preserve the card really well. Unfortunately, me enjoying this only contributes to the crashing card market because when you grade a card, especially a high value, highly sought after card, it like triples their price for a good
Hmm.
grade. And it turns into this stock market practice where like, oh, look at this card. I got it graded and it's a 10. There are only like five other cards of this population, so I'm gonna set it at $1,000, which should not be a reasonable price for a kids card game by any means. Um yeah, it's absolutely insane right now, the card market. I can't imagine what it could be like getting into the card collecting hobby. Not only that, you have to fight with everybody and their bots for authentic card drops, like elite trainer boxes, which are those like really chunky boxes with 10 packs in them in like a little
Yeah,
coin and dice. Like that's
and
nice.
dice.
That will help you get into the game, like actually playing the TCG. But no, everybody throws away the dice, everybody throws away the coins, everybody throws away the lot cards, and they only keep the illustrations. And that really makes me sad because there are kids out there that want to play the game, that want to get into the game. And then there are just these like thousands upon thousands of random non-high value cards just being thrown away into the trash, and all
Oh
that's
no.
left is just the illustration rares. Yeah, it's kind of horrible. And it's why, like, on principle, I hold on to all of my lots, especially the English ones, and I go to like local card stores, or I try and like go to like, I don't know, like the GameStop or something, and just like give away the cards as lots for like kids that want to play the game or like sell them for cheap. I don't know what could possess somebody to want to throw away all those cards for no goddamn reason.
I was
I
gonna
don't under I'll
say
never understand it.
at the very least they probably could have like sold them for bulk online. It's like, hey, here's like 1,000 common cards. Here, $5, and it's yours. That's
Yeah,
five
pretty
more
much.
dollars that they could have made, but throwing them all away, that's so sad. It reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh, how the common cards are really like put in the booster pack just so they have something to fill the booster pack with, when all you really want are the rares or the starlight rares out of the pack, and it's like,
Yep,
all right,
pretty
goodbye,
much. That's
goodbye.
basically what has come to like the Pokemon card collecting scene. And it makes me really sad. I do uh I said that I love Pokemon, and don't get me wrong, I do. I love Pokemon a lot. I have a lot of passion for Pokemon. I make a lot of Pokemon content. I do a lot of Pokemon challenges. The games make me like these days, the modern games, they do make me a little sad. Especially with champions. So don't even get me started about Pokemon champions.
I was gonna ask you
Um,
about Pokemon Champions. Can we talk about
oh,
Champions?
okay. What is your question about Pokemon champions? Let me answer that before I go into a rant.
Well, I guess like how are you doing on it? I myself made it to Great Ball level 4, and that's about as far as I can get.
Yeah, the competitive scene is really intense in Pokemon Champions, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. My husband and I were both in Ultra Ball tier. Um,
Nice.
we're trying to make our teams him a little bit more intensely because he does want to get into competitive play. I finally pushed him towards it since Pokemon Champions came out, and he was like, "Okay, all right, fine. I guess I'll give it a try." And he's really good. He's really good at
Yeah.
competitive Pokemon play. What makes me really sad about Champions though is that they put in so much effort into the animations, into the character idol models and idol animations, move animations, and it's so good. It's like insanely good how great the animations are for a Pokemon battling game. And I'm just like, man, this only happened because Pal World sued them and like set the precedent, and now they're like, okay, now we really gotta try because now we have a real competitor in the market.
I
And
know.
now they're putting in effort, and like that's great, but did it that I wish it didn't have to come to this.
It's always so frustrating how like Game Freaks, like we're not a big studio, so we can only like do so much when
Mhm.
Scarlet and Violet comes out, like so broken that you can just like clip yourself through the floor and fall forever and ever and
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Although I
Yeah,
although I have
just
to
just
say
want a complete game.
the one frame Sunfloras in that one town are still like perfectly memeable for me. Like they keep that. Fix the frame rate, but keep the one frame Sunfloras.
Oh man, I swear, Pokemon has set the precedent like nowadays that you can release a game. If you're a big enough name in the gaming industry, you can release a game that is unfinished, and the pro
Hmm.
and the community will still eat it up, and it
Oh yeah.
sickens me their greed. Their
Yeah, Scarlet
greed.
and Violet outsold Sword and Shield. I want to
Yep.
say like on launch.
Yep. And everybody still played that broken ass game. And like when people complained about it, the community en masse would just go, no, this is okay. No, it is not okay. I paid $70 for a game at the beginning of the year, and I expect it to be a completed game. Especially when they said they're limiting the Pokedex so that they can then improve the animations and the quality of the game. But I guess they didn't do that, and everyone kind of forgot that they promised it. Ugh, makes me so upset, but I still love the franchise. It's like a toxic ex. I can't get enough of Pokemon. I
Don't worry,
love Pokemon.
I understand you very well. I'm a Sonic fan, so it's
Oh, okay. Now
suffering.
so
So
you get it.
I
Okay.
get it. So suffering is part of the deal when you signed the contract in your youth.
It's just like it's like I love it so much. So therefore, I'm saying all these flaws so that you can improve, and it makes me sad. Like I acknowledge the problems in Pokemon while still loving the franchise very deeply. Pokemon got me through all of my toughest times. I think Platinum's one of the best games ever. I think Black and White 2 is even better. And then X and Y came about, and on release, you couldn't even save in like the fucking Lumio City Pokemon area. Like the city in the center of Lumios out in X and
Yeah.
Y. I don't know if you know that the Pokeball shaped place. If you go into the alleyways and you try to save the game, it would break your save file.
Oh my God.
They didn't code that place well, and it would flat out break your save file, and some points of the game will just suddenly turn black and white for god knows what reason, and then return back to normal. That's a broken game. And they brought it into the 3D format because they felt that like using 3D models would be cheaper for animations instead of
Oh,
animating it
I
all pixel perfect from the
yeah.
from the sprite.
I miss the pixel.
I miss the sprites.
The sprites. Yeah, for sure. Like
Yep.
Black and White had good sprites.
Yeah, they did. I personally feel that if Pokemon were to go into any direction, they would do like with some other pixel games, which is still
Yeah.
that could have worked out so much better than 3D. But I understand they were trying out a new gimmick, and obviously when they tried it out, the fans ate it up. So they didn't know like that this could be a problem. And then Sun and Moon came out, and like sure it was kind of better, but did you know? Fun fact, chat. Did you know that whenever you see Lily in the game, it's a different version of the model for Lily. They didn't just use the same model. Every time they load and deload Lily in a scene, it is a different Lily.
That
So it's like taking on extra load that is absolutely unnecessary for the games to function.
that sounds
It,
terrible. Like, how
it's
do you how
awful.
do you,
All including
y'all have one job? Like, why can't there just be like a Lily 01? Why do you need Lily 02, Lily 03, Lily 04?
I can kind of get it if you're going to do like a complex animation pose, because sometimes like if you notice with the 3D models, you have to over exaggerate a pose if they're doing something really dynamic, because then the entire model becomes absolutely warped out of shape. I can argue one more model for that reason and that purpose. The Lily, when you're like loading into a new town, into a new route, all of those lilies are different lily files. People have figured out because when they went to go mod the game into emulation, they found multiple Lily files that made the game absolutely horrendous to try and like format. And it's crazy because when people figure that out, they could not even find a single reason as to why there are so many Lily copies. There's like they can't figure it out. Was it the game? Was it the hardware? It can't be the hardware because you can mod it to change it and like it runs a lot more smooth. But like there are different versions of absolutely insane. I will give Sun and Moon credit where credit's due. It gave me my favorite bad guy team, which is Team Skull. It's my
Yeah.
favorite because they're so silly and they're so pathetic. And Grunt A is legitimately named Grunt A and Grunt B. Those are their actual names. And it's I they're so silly and that made the game better for me. And then Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield came out. And they were like, "Oh, we're going to limit the Pokédex to 400 Pokemon because we want to make sure that all the animations are perfect and that the 3D medium will be taken seriously on the Switch." Okay, that's totally fine. And then it came out. And then when you did double slap, the Pokemon model just jumped up stiffly like a taxidermied cat. And I don't understand why and like people were getting upset with others saying that this is an incomplete game and it's not what they promised because if you guys went back into like Nintendo announcements and stuff, they literally said that they would stop production of so many Pokemon. They will make the Pokedex smaller for the purposes of perfecting the animations for the 3D models and improving the
Yeah.
quality of the game. If you
Don't
look off
believe
into
that.
the distance in that fucking wild area, you'll see that the trees in the back are rendered into like a finite pixel amount that I can count on my screen. When we have games like Breath of the Wild in the same era, and you compare the look of these two games, and you would have not guessed that they were released in the same span amount of time in the new console, which is kind of insane. Um, I love Pokemon, but I am not blind to their flaws. I am not blind to their flaws. That being said, I do love Pokemon a lot. And my favorite Pokemon game isn't even a mainline Pokemon game. My favorite Pokemon game is called Pokemon Conquest. Are you aware of what Pokemon Conquest is?
Conquest is a grid based tactics Pokemon game set in
Thank God.
the era of the Sengoku, I want to say.
Mhm. Around there. Oh, thank God I'm not crazy. Every
You're
single
not
time I bring up
crazy, it
Pokemon
still
Conquest,
exists.
yeah, thank God. Thank God it's not just me. Every single time I bring up Pokemon Conquest, somebody's like, huh, what's that? What's Pokemon Conquest? I swear to God, this is a real game and it's so much fun. It's basically Fire Emblem, but Pokemon. It is what inspired
Yeah.
my Pokemon tabletop system. Um, and it's so cool. There are trainers themed after other Pokemon with like armor sets to match them and a personality to also match. And you are partnered with an Eevee, and you take that Eevee along with you, and you make Pokemon friends, and you stop a war. Yeah,
You gotta
you
stop
stop
the
a freaking
war.
war.
Gotta stop Nobunaga.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it is actually so insane.
I
I
actually
love that
miss
game.
I really miss whenever there were more like I guess like a variety of Pokemon games you can enjoy. Like yeah, it's not the best, but I think the Ranger games are kind of neat. The Conquest was amazing.
Yep.
Uh there's Pokemon Dash. Enough said about that. And like Pokemon Snap, like I was very surprised that they came out with a new Snap for the Switch. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like Pokemon Snap feels like it should have been made for the DS years ago because your damn DS had a camera and it can have AR functionality, but no way to think about taking pictures using a camera. That'd be crazy. That'd be
Yeah, that
insane.
that'd be insane. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon
Man,
Go.
man, like the first 3 weeks Pokemon Go came out, like I've never seen people more connected. Like all the divides of society, all the bitterness and hatred is gone
Yeah, that
as
that that
people are
honestly, that
working
is what I
together
love.
to make
Yeah.
sure that that tower stays blue. God damn it!
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I really enjoy about the good part of the Pokemon community is that when Pokemon Go came out, this was especially prevalent with Pokemon Go. Everybody got connected with each other. There would be people standing next to each other in the street trying to battle and take on a gym. They would actually make friends with people outside, and I really enjoyed that. Do you know that and Pokemon has like they had like a really big thing about trying to bring people outside and like just to go
Yes.
out there and explore the world while still enjoying the game. And that was especially prevalent, you know, where in the Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver remake of Gen 2,
Yeah.
where they had the little Poketech watch. And
Yeah, the
you could take
Pokewalker. I
that.
love that
Yep, the
thing.
Pokewalker. Yep, that thing. It was actually more accurate than step counters at that time, because they were really adamant about not cheating. Because a lot of people like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk a couple steps. They take off their watch and they spin it a couple of times, and then all of a sudden they walk like 10,000 steps in a day. No, 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 you can't do that with a Poke Walker. You genuinely have to walk for the Poke Walker to work. And legitimately, after that, the step counters around the world improved because they literally went to Nintendo and they're like, hey, how do you do this for a silly little Pokemon game? How do you make these trackers actually accurate to steps? So if you're wondering where
Magic.
the improvements of that technology came from, it came from Pokemon.
Yeah, no, that was a wild piece of tech that was just given away for free with the game. I remember a lot of people that would actually try and like cheat around it. Like they would like tape it to their ceiling fan,
Mhm.
and it's like, yeah, it's getting plenty of steps in. It's like this is going to work,
Nope.
and also it's just silly. it's
Yeah.
it's
Oh
just
man.
silly.
Yeah.
There was a back in Pokemon Yellow. There was a Pikachu Tamagotchi that had like a pedometer in it, and you would be able to count the steps. But it wasn't so much steps as it was like bounces. So a lot of people would just like end up just like shaking it while they were holding it,
Yeah.
and it was a
And
way
that
you
would
could
kind of
get
cue it.
points for the game corner, so you could actually get a Dratini.
Yep, yeah, that's correct. But no, the fucking the fucking Pokemon fucking Pokeball Walker was so accurate. It forced people to go outside. And it was so awesome to be able to see. I remember walking down the street and I would see people it with their like keychains made to hold the Pokewalker, and I would see their Pokemon in
Yeah.
there, and it was awesome to see. Like you could just tell that you are talking and are looking at a Pokemon fan. And it was just so much easier to connect. We don't have that these days, and I'm gonna sound very old in saying that. We don't I miss the good old days of Pokemon when we could go outside and make friends with people just walking. And I guess you could call me a little bit of a cynic when it comes to the franchise, but I greatly love Pokemon.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
feel that with the whole Pal World suit and like Pokemon genuinely trying to step up their game with champions, I feel that this is finally the turning point where they're going to go back to actually trying. Um when Black and White came out, the side story director was supposed to work on X and Y, and then somebody fucking died, if you guys remember that. So they fired the old team and
yeah.
hired a new team. And now I hear for Pokemon Winds and Waves, they're actually trying to get the side director of Pokemon Black and White back on the team to work on the new game, which I'm really excited about, because if you were to ask like any Pokemon fan that played like before the 3D era, they would all say that the story in Black and White was fucking phenomenal. The
Oh yeah, no,
storytelling in that game was like one of the best.
it's the strongest story by far.
Hmm.
Dealing with like all the, like the individual like characters and
Yep.
stuff. I don't get me wrong, Scarlet and Violet's got some strong like characters,
Hmm.
but the actual like story itself doesn't really come together till the end. So there's not really much you can enjoy up until that point.
Correct. Yeah. This Black and White story was so good. They were the only games in the franchise that got a two, and
They got a
as a
two.
sequel, they got a two. They didn't just get like a diamond and pearl, and then a third game at the very end that ties both games together with both Pokemon. No, no, they got a whole sequel for both versions, which is kind of insane and unprecedented at the time. Everybody knew that Black and White 2 was going to be absolutely insane, and it was absolutely insane. And then X and Y came out, and that bombed so badly that they didn't even make a Z. And then Z, and
Which is
that's
so
where
weird because the anime of that time was called XYZ, and
Yeah, and the games only had X and Y, so that was kind of rough. That was kind of rough for Pokemon fans everywhere. I'm gonna be honest. Um, we don't need to talk about that era. I feel like Pokemon fans as a whole, we kind of view that era and we're like, oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that part of Pokemon.
I recently just beat the basic story for Pokemon ZA. How did you feel about that one?
ZA, I mean, to be honest, I kind of view like the game, the like Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Legends ZA as kind of like their own separate like pocket dimension. I know that
Yeah.
they into like other games at the time, but I kind of view them as like separate things in the franchise. And to me, I can accept ZA as its own game. That is fine. It's a perfectly okay game, but it has one of my biggest gripes in the world, which is every two steps I make, there's a cutscene that I can't skip. And it's
Ah.
just them repeating the same information. But I could say that about like any modern game at this time. It's just over explaining and thinking your audience is a lot dumber than they actually are. You know, oh, we got to go to Power Spot for Pokemon here for Mega Stone. Oh, don't forget to go to the the Pokestop for the Mega Stone. Oh, all right, we'll see you at the Pokestop for the Mega Stone. And it keeps going on and on and on. And I'm like, oh my God, I get it. I get it. I need to go to Pokestop for Mega Stone. I promise I won't forget.
I mean, like the map has the little like blue exclamation point that tells you this is where you need to go. You
Yeah,
don't
you
need to
don't
be
need
reminded
the
every
thousand
5 minutes.
cutscenes. Yeah, we don't need that. But other than that, I feel that a lot of people really enjoyed what ZA had to offer. Everyone really enjoyed the Mega era of Pokemon, so I'm really glad that they got it back and they gave it a couple of fan
Yeah.
favorites. They're well-deserved Megas. My favorite, of course, my favorite Pokemon is Scolipede. I was really happy to see my king with a Mega. That's all I can
Oh, that's
say.
great.
I was really happy to see
I'm
that.
a scissor fan, so I've had Mega Scissor for a while. And Pokken
Scizor is a good Pokemon.
I was just scissor all the way. It's like I don't care if there are other characters better than him. I'm just gonna keep playing scissor all day, every day.
Fucking fair. Yep. Yep. Skizor is a great Pokemon. And when Skizor's Mega came out, I was so hyped. And then I was just waiting for Megas for all the other Pokemon. And they never came. And I was really sad that we just kind of left Megas in the dirt because that was one of my favorite like gimmicks for Pokemon battling.
Yeah.
And now they're back.
It was so much
So
fun,
I'm
and now
really
they're back
happy.
in
Yep.
Pog form. That's
I'm just really happy. And in Pokemon Champions, being able to introduce the new megas and like the new abilities. I hope they continue to introduce all of them eventually. I know that they wanted to start off small, but I hope that they continue to expand on it. I know that they said that they were going to continue using champions as a medium for Pokemon battling, so I hope that they keep to that. Um, yeah, it's just really exciting to see this part of Pokemon. I'm sad that we had to wait for the fucking Pal World lawsuit to bring Pokemon up their game. But they are upping their game, and it's very apparent. And I think they're gonna come back swinging.
oh
I'm just
yeah.
hoping that Winds and Waves is going to be great because I can tell from the environment and from the structures that they're basing Winds and Waves off of SEA, which is where I'm from, Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
So that will
yeah.
be a lot of fun. I would love to see some cultural representation there. I'm really interested to see what they'll bring to the table.
For sure. I hope Winds and Waves has a lot more like trainers on the field that you can battle. I was always kind
Yep.
of like disappointed at Scarlet and Violet how it's like just the big open fields. And I'd never take the main road because I get distracted. So by all the shiny items to grab, they're just everywhere. So I would always end up missing out like the trainers on the route. So like my only like battling experience
Yeah,
was
I
with
can
like
see
the
that.
gym leaders, and it's like I feel like I'm kind of missing something here.
I can definitely
Um,
understand that. I know that when they marketed Scarlet and Violet, they were marketed as a open world Pokemon game, but it wasn't truly open world because there was still an order to the gyms, even if you can
hmm
have access to all the gyms. at the beginning. There was still an order. I remember being so disappointed when I opened up the game and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, this is really open world. All right, I'm gonna go to the ice gym." And then I go there and they're like level 54, and I'm like, "Okay,
Mm,
okay, it's not really
mm.
open world. You just saying it's open world just because I can get here, but an open world game would allow me to travel there and to still participate in the gym challenge in whatever order I wanted, because that is the essence of open world, which is not hard to do. I've seen people make fan games of Pokemon that do exactly that. You can challenge the gyms in any order you want, and they'll just level up the gym based on the number of badges you had in your code.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. Yeah, Pokemon, I believe in you. I truly believe in you. I know you can do it. You have like a team of the you probably have like 3 teams of coders right now on your studio set. I believe that at least one of you can code the game to scale with the player.
I
I
mean,
believe.
it's going to be switched to exclusive, so they're definitely working with more power. I'd like for them to work with Monolith Soft in regards to the open world because, like with Breath of the Wild, Monolith Soft and Xeno Blade, like
Mhm.
they are really good at making like open world areas with a lot of explorable paths, but also the stability of the open world itself. Like
Yeah,
Monolith Soft is
absolutely.
probably like Nintendo's greatest asset that they've purchased in
Yeah.
the past decade.
Yeah. Like Pokemon, get off your high horse. All right. You need to get the power that you have behind Nintendo, work together and create a good game. For the love of the game, just for the love of the game, just create something fun, create something cool. That is all the people want. Trust me. And they'll eat it up even more. Even more than the
Well,
blind following, I promise.
you think we'll buy slop? Imagine if there was quality. Imagine how much we'd buy quality.
Yeah, we love quality Nintendo. I promise. Make a game that just includes like everything that you had before the 3D era. And don't mess it up. Just don't touch it.
Just don't mess it
The
up. Just
formula worked before. Just go back to the formula.
and until then,
Uh,
I am excited that hopefully Champions gets a lot of like changes. Not that doesn't
I
wait
hope
too
so too.
long because the whole like Omni Ring thing. They clearly want to be able to eventually bring in like bring back like Dynamax or Z moves or something like
Mhm.
that. Like the ring's going to be multi use. So having I want to get to the point where we're having battles where you can have a Mega, have a Dynamax, do a Z move, and then have one terrestrialization, and just
Yeah.
see what people can like do with the combos and the battles. Then
Yep, exactly. It will be really exciting to see all of that come into fruition. I know um it's just really exciting. I want to be able to see Pokemon kind of grow and improve, and I feel like this is the next step, being able to make just a device that allows for all of the gimmicks. And I think that would be really fun to see in the competitive scene, because I don't think we've had a game where we had all the gimmicks that were possible all in one area. So I'm hoping that we can like see some extra shit get added into the game. Maybe like in a couple of months' time, maybe they add in Dynamaxing. Just some, it would definitely change up the competitive meta, because I'm gonna go into a minor rant. Minor rant
good.
incoming.
I am prepared. My
Araquanid,
seatbelt
my
is on.
boy, now has a niche in the current meta of Pokemon competitiveness, and it makes me so happy. I'm a bug trainer. I love using bug teams. I
Yeah.
know I did with a Cosimon, which is a VTuber Cobblemon SMP, and I'm the bug gym leader there. And Araquanid was the tank on my team. It Dynamax, and it took like every single super affected hit so well. And Araquanid, my boy, who everybody overlooked, because nobody looks at Araquanid and sees, oh no, he's gonna kill me. No, that thing could take anything and can liquidate the shit out of you. And it was so powerful. My Araquanid was then known as like the tank, the true boss of my team, which is not the case. I directed everything to Araquanid being able to surprise people. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the competitive meta bring out Pokemon that people would otherwise see as non-competitive and non-viable and turn them into a viable Pokemon for battling. And I think it'll be really exciting. I know for my competitive team, I'm trying to run a Lopunny. Lopunny is not competitively viable at all. It is a normal type. Its mega is a normal fighting with Scrappy. I just wish it gave just 10 more points into speed. Just 10 more points into like its attack or HP. Like that's all I'm asking. Just an extra 10 more stat
I,
points.
I'm kind
Because
of
otherwise it's
surprised.
useless.
I'm kind of surprised that the IVs aren't a thing that you can customize because I remember the bottle caps in Scarlet and Violet were used to help be able to kind of like boost
Hmm.
their individual values. And
I
I thought
think they're
that that
doing
was
that
going to
now so
continue in
that
that
like
Champions, but now they're gone. So I'm like, okay, I guess this was
yep.
made to just kind of like balance things like, like you can still do the EV training to help like a stat or two, but I guess they didn't want people to worry about making sure that they're breeding or uh, optimizing
It makes it a
the
lot more
exact
accessible for
Pokemon.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It makes it very accessible. However, there is a slight danger with this. I'm all for everybody being able to put their put their like 10 cents in and like give competitive battling a go. But making IVs the same across the board means there's a possibility at potential speed ties, which heavily relies
Yes.
on luck. And I would hate to see somebody just win out of luck, and not out of like actual like skill and like mental gymnastics and practicing. That is what I'm kind of worried about with perfect IVs across the board and like or like no IVs across the board. I
Mhm.
am interested to see what an official Pokemon championship would look like because I'm genuinely interested to see if there will be any like speed ties because speed ties are definitely a thing. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. For chat who don't know what I'm talking about, speed ties is what happens like when you're going into a Pokemon battle. Sometimes there will be a Pokemon with a speed stat that will always be higher than the Pokemon you're fighting, so you will always go first. That is kind of what determines turn order in battles. But if you're doing a speed tie, that means there's a 50% chance you go first or a 50% chance your opponent goes first. And in any kind of Pokemon battling scenario, most of the time, the side that wins is the side that hits first. Because if you hit them and they go down, they can't do anything. That's a free turn for you.
Mhm.
Um, so in competitive battling, I kind of want to see if there will ever be any speed ties or how they will handle speed ties from there on. It would be very interesting to see for sure.
I feel like I've come across like already like two instances in Champions where it was a speed tie where I had my Exadrill and it's like, all right, who's gonna get Earthquake off first? And it's like, oh, I'm glad I had a Focus Sash because let me tell you, I didn't win that speed tie.
Did you like so did you confirm it was a speed tie? Like there was a like they went first one time, but then you went first the other time?
So I have my maxed uh speed Eevee, and I also have the nature for speed.
Ah.
So it was as high as it could technically be. So
And
and
you okay,
the other
I
one
see.
went first. I mean, now don't get me wrong, it could have been a choice scarf kind of thing. So I can't know for sure,
That's true.
but
That is true. The only way you could really tell is if you battle somebody and they have the exact same team as you, and then you see who goes first and who
hmm
consistently goes first. That's how you
yeah,
can truly tell if if a speed tie does exist. Which will be very interesting to see how they will judge the ruling on that. So, yeah,
it's
for
gonna be an
sure.
interesting era. Also, if they're gonna be using this game for professional competition, fix the goddamn connection issues. Like goddamn,
There are
like
connection issues. I haven't run into any of them yet.
oh really? Maybe it's just my Switch tube or something, but like I get disconnected so often. But I could just like
Ooh.
I can just like log back into the game and it'll put me back in the match, which is great. That doesn't like make it like an auto loss. Like it gives you a window to get back in. But I
Okay.
get disconnected like so many times. So I don't know if it's an
Oh
area thing or a
wow.
Switch 2 thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I haven't run into that issue personally yet. I guess I can count my lucky stars.
Hey, I was gonna say that's good. You
Yep.
know what? I hope it's only a problem I'm dealing with. it's
Yeah, I'm excited for what Pokemon has to offer. I feel like Champions has really brought some new life into the fandom, and with Champions being as accessible as it is, I'm excited to see if we get any new players back, if we get any old champions back, um into the battling scene to see like how this will all fare, how it'll all go together. I know that they said they're going to plan on using champions for competitive battling forever, for like the foreseeable future, until Pokemon doesn't do that anymore. So hopefully we get to see more uses in champions, and hopefully the feedback from everybody playing champions will then encourage them to increase resources and increase the productivity for Winds and Waves, because I'm really excited about that game. I have I'm trying to not get my hopes up too high, but as an SEA girly, I really hope that they're going to do SEA justice with Winds and Waves.
Yeah, for sure. Cause what was it? Scarlet and Violet was like Spain.
Hmm.
Sword and Shield was Scotland. X and Y was France. Sun and Moon was Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii. So getting to do C or SEA, definitely getting like a new region. I'm very curious what they're going to do with all the water because it definitely seemed like underwater may be coming back as a factor in
Yeah.
regards to stuff. So I'm very curious to see what
Yeah.
they're going to do with that.
I am
Uh,
too. I'm getting
will
lots
they
of
just
like
have
Pokemon Emerald vibes.
yeah, will they just have Pokemon riders kind of like in Ultra Sun and Moon to like transport you through the water, or will you have to like teach one of your Pokemon dive and then just get stuck with dive as a move forever?
Mhm. Will we get a new Rotom form that is like a Rotom Snorkel?
Oh my god.
Rotom
Rotom
Scuba?
Rotom is the most confusing thing how it was just like yeah, this one little Rotom was in this TV in this ghost house. Isn't he cute? To where like a million Rotom decided they wanted to be like friends with people and just inhabited every appliance and Pokedex and headset that they could. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
So
now they're everywhere.
so is Rotom not a rare Pokemon anymore?
Nope,
I
not
don't
anymore. It is now available in your Pokedex, in your appliances. Hell, it's in your smart blender, probably.
Splendor. That'd be a steel
Rotom
type.
Blender. Yeah, honestly, I think that would be Steel type Rotom Blender. Certainly
Yeah.
sounds like it.
Oh man, don't let it face Scavalion, that big old tomato dragon.
Yeah.
Does not match up well.
Nope.
Well, we are at the point where we are going to take questions from the audience. Audience, if you are there and you would like to ask a question to either of us in regards of Pokemon or just in general, feel free to put it in the chat. Meanwhile, I will try and make sure
Yippee!
that my cat doesn't jump on my keyboard. There we go. Get you out of the way.
You know what? I'm going to let you get the questions. I need to go downstairs real quick. I just need to check on my dog real quick. I'll be right back.
Of course, go ahead. For anyone curious, I am a fan of steel types. Steel types are my favorite. And I've been running an all steel team in champions to kind of like challenge myself. So it's been a lot of fun. Sneasler though is kicking my butt. He's a fast little scrapper. Yes, any questions at all, just go ahead and put them into the chat. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, a heart so true. Our courage will see us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. I used to know the second verse to that, but I don't know it anymore. Oh, I can't even remember the second theme song. Darn it. The Orange Islands one? Pooples. What is that spinning in the background there? Has that always been spinning? I don't know why that is spinning. That is very interesting. Huh. Oh, well, I'll figure it out later. No, it's not VTube Studio. It's just spinning. It's spinning. Really need to get the ZA DLC. Oh,
Hello, I'm back.
welcome back.
Hello.
It's okay. I just sung the Pokemon theme song while we waited. And then I remembered I
Oh,
don't know the
which
second
one?
verse. The very first one.
Ah, that's a good one.
It is a good one. There are a couple good ones, but the first one's classic. But I realized I don't remember the second verse anymore. Oh, wait. No, wait. No, every challenge along the
Yep,
way.
yep.
With courage, I will face. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I remember it now. It just
Yeah.
took me a second.
The real ones remember.
It's ingrained in my head. I remember the CD. That'll date me. A CD player. I remember having the
Yep.
Tubia Master CD and just jamming out the car. What an
Hell yeah.
era!
Even me as a person who was not allowed to watch the anime still know the Pokemon theme.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have just about here at the end. So, Sin, feel free to tell everyone what you've got coming up. What can people expect coming up on your channel?
All right, all right. Okay. So, in terms of if you enjoy my Pokemon ranting, I play the Sinlock every Monday at 4 p.m. EST. It is a multi-generational Nuzlocke where I play through each and every single Pokemon game in order as a Nuzlocke, but not only as a Nuzlocke, as a Soul Link with my husband. We're
Oh,
currently at the end of Crystal right now, so that is fantastic. We got past the Elite Four by the skin of our teeth, and we are
yeah.
about to have the most iconic fight in the entire franchise
our,
next session.
our silent protagonist returns.
hmm That's gonna be fun. I'm also partner pushing, so any amount of help that can go toward that would be greatly appreciated.
Of course.
Other
So
than that,
definitely
I
try
guess
and
that'll
tune
be
in.
it.
So I
Yeah.
have to ask for this multi generational Nuzlocke.
Mhm.
Are you like if you catch something in one game, can you not use it in the next one? Or
Oh, you can. The
okay,
rule is that we catch Pokemon as per usual in a Nuzlocke, but we're only allowed to use the Pokemon in order of obtaining them. So
Ah, okay.
if I caught like a Caterpie and that is the last Pokemon in my party, and then the next Pokemon is a Weedle in the PC, and I just caught a Geodude, I the next Pokemon after any of my other Pokemon die on my party is the Weedle. And then we go to the Geodude, and then so on and so forth. It has to be an order of capture.
Gotcha. Okay. And the Caterpie would be soul linked with whatever your husband caught over on his end.
Correct. Yep. And if any of his Pokemon die, it means that my correlated Pokemon dies as well, and vice versa.
Into the box you go forever. That sounds
Oh, but
super
it's so
neat. I'm
much
definitely
fun.
gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, please do. I promise it's a kick and a hoot.
Awesome. And here on Zerataru Next, we will be continuing Conqueror's Bad Fur Day, followed by more Knack later today. So feel free to come in and
Nice.
check those out. It should be a silly
Okay.
good time. Zen, thank you so much for coming in and guesting on the show. It was a lot of fun, and I'm sure that if we had, we could probably like talk about Pokemon for like another 5 hours. But I will let you get
Probably,
back
yeah.
to your day.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me.
Of course. Everyone, y'all have a lovely day. We're going to do a stealth raid. So someone's going to get a fun surprise of guests.
Ooh.
And then we will see everyone next time. So bye, Q.